No mai, haere mai, mā loi lele. Welcome to 3 News. Pressure is growing on the Prime Minister, with voter support continuing to fall. A new political poll from the Post and Freshwater Strategy shows he's lost more ground in the preferred Prime Minister stakes, even as the coalition he leads remains the frontrunner to form the next government. Since the 2023 election, National has slipped 7 points to 31%, while Labour has gained 7 points to 34%. New Zealand First is also on the rise, up 5 points to 11%, while ACT has stayed the same. Meanwhile, the Greens have slipped to 9%. Te Pāti Māori remains unchanged. Now, translated into seats in the House, and assuming all parties win the electorates they did in 2023, the coalition would have enough to stay in power. But it appears voters are losing faith in the Prime Minister, with Chris Hipkins extending his advantage from June's poll up 2 to 45%. Christopher Luxon down 1 to 36%. Andrea Vance reports.
Even in a hard hat, Christopher Luxon can't shield himself from mounting political pressure.
Yeah, I'm not too focused on polls. I think I've seen 3 in the last 10 days.
The latest delivering more bad news. The Post Freshwater Strategy poll showing the Prime Minister struggling to keep pace with Labour's Chris Hipkins on leadership credibility. The two Chris's are now almost inseparable on who the country backs to make the right decisions, even when unpopular. Luxon's dropped 6 points since June to 36, just 1 behind Hipkins at 37.
If we cast our minds back to before the election, Luxon had a lead on that particular strength, that attribute. He pitched himself as someone who wanted to come in and manage the economy well, calmly, sophisticatedly, and he's lost his advantage there.
I know what I was elected here to do in 2023, and I'm very focused on that from day one. The reason why I came to Parliament, 4 years ago, was to make sure that this country realises all the great potential that's in it.
The National Party have had a shocking term in government, and Christopher Luxon needs to accept responsibility for that.
And now a third Chris enters the story. Infrastructure Minister Chris Bishop is laying the groundwork with the public as favourite to take over if National were to change leaders.
I'm just focused on my portfolios. Housing and infrastructure and transport keep me busy enough.
I'm very proud of the fact I've got a great team and I've got the right people on the right assignments.
Asked whether National should change their leader before the next election, almost half, 49%, said they should.
Politics is tough, but one of the main advantages that you do have when you are a Prime Minister of a country is setting the agenda, and I think he's failed ultimately to capture the hearts and minds of the public in terms of the direction of the country, and that's showing in these data.
On Luxon's leadership, almost a quarter of those surveyed said they'd be more likely to vote National if Luxon was out. But the majority, 56%, say it would make no difference. And if National ditched Luxon, Chris Bishop is the runaway winner with 16% support, followed by Erica Stanford on 12% and Nicola Willis on 11%.
I just want to be a popular candidate for the Minister of Education, if I'm honest with you.
Polls bounce around a bit. The ultimate poll that matters is the one late next year in 2026, and it's just head down, bum up until then.
I'm aiming to beat whomever is leader of the National Party at the next election.
Well, what I'm focused on is each and every day getting New Zealand out of the hole that it's been in.
The Prime Minister is digging hard, but the polls show the hole is deep.
Well, Andrea is with us from Queenstown, the venue for a big tourism summit this week. Andrea, the poll results, they do throw up a potentially tricky scenario for National.
Kia ora, good evening, Laura. Yes, well, this swing away from National means that they might not be able to bring back any of their list MPs to Parliament, and that includes some of their biggest names, including the Finance Minister, Nicola Willis, Justice Minister, Paul Goldsmith, and the Speaker, Jerry Brownlee. Because of the way that the MMP system works, National would actually have to lose around 6 of its 43 electorate seats to actually bring any of those list MPs back. So either way you look at it, National MPs' jobs are on the line, and what this poll shows is that it's Christopher Luxon's popularity or unpopularity that's putting his caucus colleagues at risk.
Andrea Vance live from Queenstown. Tēnā koe.